my current Sephora favorites that I've noticed I've been reaching for a lot now that the weather is getting warmer, and I've been spending a lot of time in my beauty room with my collection, so I've been digging into the drawers. So I have some new favorites. I also have some old classic favorites that I've noticed I've been drawn back into, and all of these favorites can be picked up at the Sephora at Kohls too. So shout out to Kohls for sponsoring today's video. I'm excited to be working with Kohls because when I moved to Miami, I was walking distance from Sephora. Might have been the reason why I chose the apartment. But now that I've moved into a house, actually the most convenient Sephora location for me is Kohls. It's the closest. So I love me some Sephora at Kohls. It has definitely made Sephora much more accessible to everybody. And right now they are offering some site-wide offers as well as Sephora at Kohl offers. So I'm putting the site-wide offers here. We have some Memorial Day savings coming up. We also have a couple of offers at the Sephora at Kohls, including 4 times points on skincare and 5x points on Sephora Collection skincare. And also don't forget that Sephora Memorial Day sale soon coming up. Let's get into the Sephora favorites that, yes, I do have on my face today. So there are currently 2 foundations that you can pick up at Sephora and Kohls that loving. So the first one I'm thinking, like, as it's getting warmer, this one is going to fight the natural temperature, the humidity, all of that going on outside, the environmental factors, the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. I didn't realize that this was a controversial foundation, and I'm picky with foundations, and I really love this foundation. I think it, for my sweaty girls, this one is going to stay put. It's bulletproof without being too drying on the skin. I do recommend to moisturize before, of course, if you have dry skin because of the nature of the product, but it gives you really good coverage for feeling so lightweight on this skin. My only thing is you gotta work a little bit fast on this, work in areas, blend it out. It's not super difficult if you let it sit for a little bit, but just to get the most out of applications, make it the easiest. Work in sections, but I'm so impressed with how long wear this foundation is, how lightweight it feels, and how even though it's like a matte foundation, it's not dry on dry skin, because sometimes even with dry skin, you just need a matte foundation, you need it to last longer, you need it to suck up the sweat. I really have been enjoying this one. It's going to be a good one for the summer. And then prepare to be sick of me. Talking about this foundation, I will now look for any opportunity to tell you how amazing the new Fenty Soft Lit foundation is, because I really did not like the original, and it's all they've had for years. Finally, they came out with a version 20 times better. Now, it is different. It's more of a glowy foundation, even though it's not that glowy. It's more of a natural finish, but this is the answer for dry skin girls. I've even had so many of you guys comment who have oily skin say that you like this better. The color doesn't seem to oxidize on me either. I have the shade 185. It has a natural finish, a little bit of glow to it, but not too much that's going to emphasize texture, and it lasts a really long time. The wear on it is nice. It feels lightweight. It has a really smooth, buttery blend on the skin. My skin looks soft. It looks juicy. It looks hydrated, but not overly glowy at the end of the day. So anyways, for me, this is like the perfect foundation. Even though I like a glowy foundation, I do feel like I have to compensate in some ways because it might emphasize texture a little bit more. It might show pores a little bit more. It might not last as long. This is like that meet in the middle, perfect answer. One of my all-time favorite foundations that has launched in the last year, I would say. This next item, if you ask me, it is the concealer for the summer. It's the Tower 28 Make Waves Concealer, one of the best concealers ever, and I think with the weather getting warmer, I have been wanting to reach for this more because it's lightweight, but it still gives really good coverage. It just feels lightweight. It's hydrating, and I also like to just slap this on my face when I want a more even complexion, but I don't want to do the whole brouhaha of a full face of foundation. I will literally just do a few stripes across the face and blend it out, and then I have more of an evened out complexion Because like I said, what is shocking about this is how hydrating it is, but also how much coverage you get from this. So a little goes a long way with this on the under eyes, but all over the face, it's so beautiful and juicy looking. So I like this in the summer because I don't need to plaster a bunch of foundation all over my face. I'll just put this in the center of my face where I have most of my redness, and then I have more of an even complexion with very minimal effort and a lot less product to sweat off. So we have this, it's beautiful. Been reaching for that a lot more lately. The next one I haven't stopped reaching for since I've like purchased it, so it needs to be said because you can pick it up at Kohls. It's a little bit hard to get a hold of, so Kohls is a good place to pick it up. This is the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel. There's nothing more I can say about this other than it is the best brow gel on the market if you like a good strong hold. It plasters the brows down. The brows will stay like this all day, but it doesn't cause eyebrow dandruff. It doesn't get flaky over itself. They have like figured out a way to do the impossible that all of these other brow gels can't do. And I have brows that love to lift and fall. This is one of the few brow gels that holds the brows exactly where I place them all day. Rare Beauty quite literally created the best brow gel if you're looking for full control. So, love this. We have a couple of my go-to cream products for the summer. The first one, like I do find myself creeping into more natural makeup in the summer. That's when I love to pull out the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This is pretty much, I want to say it's like a juicy, hydrating, sheer bronzer. This applies beautifully to completely bare skin without it looking like you need to put on other makeup. So if you're just looking for a little bit of a bronze and a sculpt on a really super light makeup day, this is great to just pop on, and then a little bit of concealer, and then your complexion looks so stunning and bronzed and clear. Because it is more sheer, it does look more natural on the skin. I have the shade Light that I demoed today. This one is more for more no makeup days. For days that I do have makeup, I go for the shade Light Medium because I need a little bit more pigment here. But this is a one-of-a-kind product. There's not any bronzer that I can think of that is quite like this. So it's a go-to for me in the summer. And then this product launched, gosh, years and years ago. It's been a favorite of mine for years and years, but I've just found myself reaching for these because they're a good tried and true formulation. The Nude Sticks Nudies, I have the Bondi Bay bronzer and then the blushes. So Bondi Bay, they don't have a lot of bronzers available because Bondi Bay does the job, or whatever shade that you need, but Bondi Bay is the perfect shade for my complexion. She's not too warm, she's not too cool, she applies a great amount of pigment. It's a little bit more of a powdery kind of dry down, not full powder, it remains a cream, but it's not like dewy or sticky on the face. So it's really nice if you're a sweaty person because it does have a little bit more of a dry down to it, and it just deposits the perfect amount of pigment. It's the perfect amount of color. It's very easy to use and swipe on. This has been a favorite of mine for years, but so many cream products have launched in the bronzer and in the blush space, but Nude Sticks is just one of those that I hold to such a high standard, and I use it to compare to other products because that's the golden standard right here. Going into the blushes, I have swatched in the nude Sweet Peach Peony and then Cherry Blossom Babe, but they have colors all across the board. They also have finishes all across the board. Today I used Sweet Peach Peony to add a little bit of a glow, but in the nude is really nice for that more powder dry down. Like I said, that's similar to the bronzer. They have another formulation that's really glowy. Any Nude Sticks blush is fantastic. They're great to throw in the purse. They're great to put the stick directly on and blend. They're easy enough to blend then that way. And what I think makes Nude Sticks unique from other cream blushes, I mean, we love the malleable blend, we really do, but nothing stays put like a Nude Sticks cream blush. They just last the longest. They're not as smooth, malleable, wet as the popular ones that I do like as well, but the Nude Sticks show in performance. They show up and show out when it comes to how long they're gonna last on your face. Okay, so this one, I just skipped the rest of the eye products. Okay, well then, sorry, Jose, everything's out of order in terms of application, but I'll just finish with the complexion and then we'll move back to eyes. Ain't nothing new, surprising, original about this next product, but I had to mention it because I've literally been using it so much lately. And it is the good old Benefit Hoola bronzer. This was trending 10 years ago when I was getting into YouTube. Probably more than 10 years at this point. Girls, forget her, she's almost 28. But this bronzer, it's nice and warm, but it's not too orange by any means. It has a good amount of pigment, so it really gets the color down fast, but it's really blendable. I love this as eyeshadow. I love blending it from bronzer into eyeshadow. It's just a great bronzer, a great shade, a classic product. I've been reaching for it a lot. If you are beginning your bronzer collection, Benefit Hoola is always a great place to start. And then blush, powder blush. One of my latest obsessions when it comes to powder blushes, my fixations, has been on the newly reformulated Nars powder blush line. I'm also into cream blushes, if you couldn't tell them by my recent hauls. Lots of blush, lots of cream blush going on. But I still love me a good powder blush. I feel like a finisher, a powder blush, is the best finisher. I have the shade Deep Throat here. I like this one because it goes with so many looks. It's one of those where like it can transform to peach if you're doing a more warm look. It can transform and work with a pink look if you're doing more of a pink look. It's quite the versatile color. And it's a really soft, easy, smooth blend on the cheek. It's just anything you would want out of a powder blush formulation. So I think that Nars did such a good job with this launch of blushes. I also have the shade Thrill, which is a really pretty baby pink. And it just looks so soft and seamless when I apply it on the skin. And that is the power of a good powder blush formula. Minimal effort to blend it into the cheek and make it look seamless. And then I also have a highlighter that I've been really loving. I feel like these have such a unique blend to the cheeks, and they're a new product, the Fenty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighters. These are really so soft to the touch. I worry that they might even shatter easily. But the way that these pigments just blend into the skin, it becomes one with the skin and like butter. Truly just melts in like it's a room temperature butter on a toasted piece of bread. That's how beautiful it applies to the skin, and that's the best description actually of how to apply it. And the shine as well, so beaming, so bright, but again, you can't tell where the highlighter has started and where it ends. That's how buttery it applies. So love these. I use the shade Prosecco number 2 today. I've been utilizing these a lot in my looks lately because they just like, speechless. Okay, let's go to the 2 eye products that I didn't mention. I think a great pickup, a staple item that I've been using a lot lately for my more simple eye looks that I've been into has been the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals. I don't really recommend the original one. I think the formula is more dry. This one though has a really buttery, luxurious blend. These are higher quality than the original, and I quite enjoy these colors. This is what I have on the eyelids today for this kind of subtle but grungy eye. What I did here was I started off with this brown and I blended it in the crease all over. And then I used this brown right here. I kept this one on the outer corner of the eye, going a little bit onto the eyelid and along the lower lash line. I used the darkest brown right here. I used a pencil brush and lined that on my upper lash line and then along the lower lash line as well. And then on the eyelid, I used this tan shade in the center to brighten that up, and then I used the white shade. I focused that very heavily on the inner corner of the eye, the inner quarter of the eyelid, even on the lower lash line here. And then to seal the deal with something smokier and grungy, I went in with the Lancome Laystyle Waterproof Eyeliner, which is another product I wanted to mention in today's video because I haven't stopped talking about it, but it needs to be known that this is like the best pencil liner I've ever tried. Seriously. It applies where you want it to and doesn't bleed. And I mean, I'm talking if you put it on the tight line, it's not going to transfer down to the waterline. If you put it on the waterline, it's going to stay on the waterline. When I use this on the waterline, I took a little bit of the dark brown on my pencil brush and I use that to kind of help smokify it. I have it on my upper lash line. There is also a sponge tip that's really nice for getting a more smudged, effortless look. If you have hooded eyelids, this isn't going to transfer onto your eyelid. I tried this randomly one day and I was like, literally like, WTF. The best eyeliner I've ever used. So these two products I have been loving for the eyes. You guys have noticed I've kept my eye looks really simple lately, and these have been really great additions to my routine. And the Lancome pencil is in the shade chocolate. I've been loving brown instead of black. It's just a lot less harsh, and 2014 me would punch me in the face for saying this, but the brown is more flattering than the black. It is. I have a few lip products that I've been loving. I love so many lip products, but one that I haven't talked about as much that is such a beautiful lipstick to grab for are these from Lancome. They're the La Absolute Rouge Into Matte lipsticks. They're these ones with the beautiful blushy gold kind of packaging. I always press the wrong end, but there is one side that the product needs to pull out of. So on my lips today, I used 450, which is a shade that I wouldn't normally go for, but the way that I used it is so beautiful. I'm so happy I have this shade because it looks so scary, but I have this on the outer parts of my lips, and then I have the shade 210 Unspoken Feelings in the center for kind of an ombre lip. Now these are like a soft, powdery matte, but they're thin, so they don't feel too drying. They give a blurred effect to the lid. I would say that's the best way to describe it. It gives like that blur. You know what I'm talking about. It's not a full opacity lipstick. You're not going to get a lot of pigment and punch from this. It's buildable. You can get a lot of pigment with a few layers, but it's just one of those colors where you get a blurred wash, kind of similar to what's popular right now in K-beauty. Stunning. Stunning for that blurred, smooth look on the lips. Yes. Highly recommend that line. And then from Charlotte Tilbury, Kissing lipsticks. I just think it's so great that I can pop over to my local Kohls and Sephora and pick up my favorite lipstick. This ain't no secret. Charlotte Tilbury Kissing is my favorite lipsticks, and they have the new colors like Pillow Talk Fair. That's the one I demoed with a brown lip liner. This is a cooler toned version of the original Pillow Talk. It's a little bit more on the pink side. A great one to pick up. Some other new ones that they have that I like, Icon Baby. This is the glittery one that upsets me, but the color is such a beautiful pink. I love it. Hate the glitter, love the color. Another one, Red Carpet Pink. This is a unique pink shade. I've been liking pink. Can you tell? These are the kissing ones that I've been reaching for lately, but any kissing formula is fantastic. So the thing with these kissing lipsticks is they're hydrating. They have a little bit of glow to the lips. They have a little bit more drag on application because there's so much more hydration in them. They're my #1 all-time favorite lipstick formulation. So I just wanted to call that out. They are a Sephora favorite. They are an all-time favorite of mine. And then I have two glowy lip oily products. The first one, such an underrated product, though I do think people are now getting on board. The Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. These are juicy, they are hydrating, they are thick, how I like it. They fill in the lines of the lips. They have a beautiful color range that they've expanded. I love the applicator. It has this cute little curl that fits my lips like a pillow. It smells good, it plumps, it just reflects the light so beautifully. It's a thicker formula, so it has better longevity than a lot of other plumping glosses that are on the market right now. And I think, you know, the name of this is Forget the Filler. It's a lip plumping line smoothing gloss. Everything about that description I find to be true with these. So definitely pick these up if you're looking for something really juicy on the lips. I love these, and I'm so happy that they've been expanding the range of colors that they offer. And then the last makeup product that I have is one that I think is underrated. I just love this on a no makeup day because it doesn't offer much color, but when I want some gloss and glow to the lips, the Fenty Skin Hydrating and Strengthening Lip Oil. I feel like nobody talks about these, but these, like the Lawless, are nice and thick. They fill in the lines of the lips, and these have delicious scents to them. This one is the Melon Tree. It smells so sweet, like a fruit snack. It makes my mouth water. Fruit snacks are like my current favorite snack right now. So anytime I go to the store, your girl's getting a fruit snack to snack on. Oh, cherry treat. Oh, I need to run over to the store and buy some fruit snacks now. But I love these. They are clear, so they don't do much in that way. But despite them being clear, like, they're nice quality clear lip oil. They fill in the lines of the lips. They also have a really good reflection against light that just makes the lips look more plump. And they're very conditioning to the lips. Very hydrating. So nobody talks about these, but I love these from the Fenty skin line. Which leads me to my last current favorite, which is a fragrance product. Sol de Janeiro 68. I heard this was a dupe for Baccarat 540, and it gives the essence of it. 540 is my mom's signature scent. I think it's a lot of people's now at this point. She's been wearing it for a long time. You know, it's not identical, but it gives my mother a little bit, and I love that scent. So, yeah, if you want a copycat of Baccarat Rouge, it's not exact, it's like a cousin, but I definitely smell the similarities, and I've been loving Sol de Janeiro, you guys know that, lately, so this has been my most recent favorite from the brand. And there we have it. Those are my current Sephora favorites that you guys are able to pick up even at Kohls at Sephora. I highly recommend all of these products. So thank you to Kohls for working with me on this video. Make sure you guys are checking out their offers that they're having for the month of May. Keep an eye out for that Memorial Day sale. I know I am. And I will have everything that I talked about linked in the description box down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.